Hey everybody, so round two, I got a bye. So I was going to take this opportunity to kind of go over the deck a little bit from kind of a recap on game one and evaluation on the deck that we built. So here's the deck as we ran it. So looking at it, pull that out of the way. Looking at the deck, there are a few things that I noticed started to work really well. And I think blue-green is an interesting one because it's not really a deck that a lot of people have figured out how it works the best. And I think that I'm kind of getting onto the right track with a few of these cards and the synergy therein. I think Roaring Primadox is one of the main powerhouses in the blue-green in this format. Like, it is one of the main engines that drives it because it seems like a lot of blue-green, a lot of the cards in M15 rely a lot on enter the battlefield type of effects. And if you can get things that bounce them, return them to your hand so you can keep playing them, it adds fuel to the fire, and you can just kind of keep a tempo going where you're just getting things bigger and bigger. You're locking their board down. It didn't really pan out too well for us, but I think that was mostly due to bad play on my part and not a fault of the deck in itself. I think this is a solid deck. Now, I haven't seen, we haven't gotten a chance to see Feral Incarnation come out yet, and I don't know if it really fits the best in this deck. 9 mana is really hard to do. Like, we've been able to get a decent amount of mana because our games tend to go a little bit longer, but 9 mana is hard, even with Convoke. Generally, we don't want to be tapping down our creatures for Convoke. Like, that's just not something that we want to be doing. So I don't know if Feral Incarnation is the best choice for this deck, but everything else has, had its moment to work, had its moment to shine, kind of. I mean, we haven't seen Netcaster, really, but it is a solid card. It just does work. Like, it is a really great pick in general, and I think it fits well into the deck because it helps take care of those airborne creatures. I mean, cards like Runeclaw Bear are just there. Like, they're not, like, they could be easily replaced with something else, but in general, I think the combination of Living Totem, Frostlynx, Shaman of the Spring, or there you go again, Shaman of Spring, Invasive Species, Roaring Primadox, those are awesome cards, and they work really well together. Like, in general, those cards just, as I said, they do work. They get a lot of stuff done. You can make your creatures really big. You can lock down their board. You can keep drawing cards. I mean, it costs you a set amount of mana every turn to do so, but in general, you're not using your mana for a lot of other stuff. And if you get that engine running, it's really hard for them to stop it. Like, they need to use some removal. Like, we saw a lot of removal spells used on, like, my Frostlynx and stuff like that, just because they wanted to get that out of the way. They wanted to try and turn off that engine. And they managed to do so in a couple of instances, but it's difficult to do. If they are removal light, if they're not like another control deck or something like that, it's going to be difficult for them to turn it off. I'll see how things go in the next round. I mean, we get a bye, so we're going to be going and playing in round 3. But so far, I like it. I mean, it's not the best deck I've ever built. I obviously we're not going 3-0 with it, but we might be able to get a 2-0 if the next matchup is nice to us. If we get our draws and we get this engine going. So those are my thoughts on this deck. I'd love to, if anyone wants to comment and let me know what they think of this deck, or if they have a different direction that they think green is wanting to go. It feels like there are a lot of cards in green right now that they emphasize on those enter the battlefield and bouncing effects. Like, they emphasize picking things up and playing them again a lot, both in blue and green. So it feels like that is the direction the combo wants to go, but like, it's not as well defined as like white-green tokens is a clearly well-defined deck. The red-black is very well defined. The green-black dredge is super well defined. Like, there are very specific cards that the people who are drafting that deck, when they see those, they're going to pick those up immediately. But blue-green it is not as popular with a lot of people. So it's an interesting deck to play with. It's fun. Like, I really enjoy bouncing and playing things over and over again, and I can feel the frustration of my opponents emanating through the board, through my screen. It's it's funny. Like, I can feel that frustration coming off, but I'm excited to see what this type of deck can do, and I'm excited to see what happens when people actually figure out the archetypes that really fit the different colors and combinations. So I just wanted to give my thoughts while we had a little bit of a bar and put something in here. So we will see you next round.